Newfoundland and Labrador, and Heather McKinnon, Chair of Destination St. John's. Today I am pleased to proclaim the new Tourism Accommodations Act and regulations. This new legislation is a response to the modernization of the tourism industry and the unique nature of short-term rentals in our current tourism market. It is also an important step towards the success of our new 2022-2026 tourism vision we launched in December. The Tourism Accommodation Act replaces the former Tourism Establishment Act, which dates back to 1970, 53 years ago, when there were no websites, no online bookings, and no readily available reviews for accommodations. Online accommodation marketing platforms such as Airbnb and VRBO have become increasingly popular with travelers who are seeking Newfoundland and Labrador accommodations and experiences. More people are now hosts, listing their homes, income properties, and vacations homes on these platforms. No doubt the increase in short-term rentals have expanded visitation to rural Newfoundland and Labrador and have put money back into our communities. While there are many benefits to this increase of short-term rentals, an unfortunate side effect has been an increase in the number of unlicensed accommodations. When an accommodation is unlicensed, we essentially do not know they exist or are in operation. Therefore, there is no oversight, no regulation, no requirement for health and safety, and no protection for our guests. Our partners at Hospitality Newfoundland and Labrador, as well as many licensed tourism accommodators in our province, have requested that provincial and municipal governments work on a solution to establish a more level playing field for tourism accommodations. I believe this new legislation does just that. It removes the requirement for a Canada Select rating, which is largely seen to be outdated in today's tourism industry. It will result in a decrease in costs for tourism operators, as they will no longer have to pay the annual Canada Select fee. It also removes the requirement for accommodations to be issued licenses by the Department of Tourism, Culture, Arts and Recreation. Instead, all provincial accommodations will have to complete a registration process, which there will be no fee for. And any accommodations currently listed with the province will be automatically registered. The department will be here to guide anyone requiring assistance, and all accommodators must be registered by March 31st, 2024. While we recognize that these changes alone will not fully level the playing field for the accommodations industry, we do feel that this is a significant step forward and a good point from which to start beginning continuous improvements to an industry that is so important to our province. We will continue to work with stakeholders like Hospitality Newfoundland and Labrador, our destination management organizations, and other government departments, along with MNL, Municipalities Newfoundland and Labrador. As we move forward with the implementation and evaluation of our new legislation, we are committed to continuing an open dialogue on the issues that may arise and working together to find creative solutions for these issues. As a government, we will continue to encourage and foster conditions that support small business in the tourism industry. And I can say with certainty that this new act will enhance the sector and position it for continued success in the future. Thank you. Over to Deborah. Yep, over to Deborah for.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. We really welcome this proclamation today. To say it's been a long time coming. I think we're all sitting here understanding that a whole pandemic has happened in between the time when this legislation received royal assent, but we're fully embracing it. We're excited about where this might lead us as an industry. We're a professional industry. We strive to always be seen as operating professionally. It's so important that we have these regulations there, so that the short-term accommodators that are currently operating, that they are welcomed into our industry, that we have this level playing field so that we can all move forward, and continue to grow. And this visitor economy that we're so excited about, like we have a new plan moving forward to 2026, and we see this as a great jumping off point for us as an industry.
Hello, thank you for joining us. I just want to thank Mr. Crocker for getting this over the finish line. It's been many years, and thank the government for getting this done. We really, really appreciate it. We just want to, Destination St. John's position is that we are not against short-term accommodations, not at all. It provides a flexibility in the industry, and whatever brings more visitors to our destination, we are for that. But our partners and our members are telling us that it is an unfair playing field, like Deborah said, and that is the case, and that's what we are looking for, is to make it fair. We as a destination don't just represent accommodators, we also represent attractions and restaurants and retail outlets. So anything that brings more visitors to the province, whether they stay in a short-term accommodation or a traditional accommodation, it doesn't matter to us. It's bringing more visitors to our destination and seeing what we as a city and the province have to offer. So this is the next step to make this a level and fair playing field.
Thank you, Heather, and I'd be remiss if I didn't take this opportunity to thank the staff at TCAR, you know, people at Hospitality Newfoundland and Labrador and our destination management organizations, and Minister Davis, who actually brought this legislation forward quite some time ago. It got rudely interrupted by a pandemic, but you know, that was a challenge that this industry faced, and I think we faced that together. And this, I think, is one of the steps coming out of that pandemic to making sure that our industry is on a solid footing going forward. No question.